Hi, my name is Betsy Jensen from Kids on the Move, and today we're going to talk about getting into and out of sitting. Both of these occur at about 6 to 10 months, and here are some different ways you can work on that. When a child is sitting, I'll grab a toy. Getting out of sitting is as simple as having him reach across his body. You can help with both hands. Aim them both down to the ground and let him just kind of get right out of sitting like that. Getting into sitting, if you kind of roll him to his side. Oh, Blake, should we get up? If we get him to his side and into a little bit of a seated almost position with his hips, if we just push real firmly down on that hip that's up, he can sit right up. So I'm going to demonstrate getting out of and into sitting with a doll. So if we cross over, aim the arms down to the ground, and just slide forward, your baby should get out of sitting rather easily. Gravity helps, so it's a little bit easier. Getting into sitting is a little bit more difficult, but even with this baby doll that has no bones or muscles or anything, I can show you that a lot of it has to do with pushing down through this hip that's up and giving your child an anchor to pull from, and then they can learn to get into sitting themselves and develop the muscles they'll need to do it. So if your child has rolled over and is in kind of this almost sitting position, basically what you'll need to do is push down on the hip that's up. You press straight down into the ground, and that gives the child kind of an anchor to pull from, like if you sat on someone's feet when they're doing sit-ups. A lot of times children will kind of push up through their arms and walk up. And again, that teaches them to use these trunk muscles to sit up. Another way sometimes I'll work on that as kind of a mini exercise is just put your child's arms down to the ground, maybe to pick up a toy, but you're getting both hands down, and then push back on that hip that's up. And then they can use, again, their abdominal muscles and their arms to push back up into sitting. So those are some ways of getting into and out of sitting. I'll show you also, you could do this over your leg, so it's not as far as going down completely down to the ground. So the baby's gonna go over my leg to get a toy or a Cheerio or something that they're motivated to get. They can get over my leg into more of a kind of all fours position where you could practice some all fours. And then getting back into sitting, you tuck in the knees, aim the bum towards the ground, and push on that hip that's up to get into sitting. You could also do this at your couch cushion with the very same moves. We'll try it to this side. It's always good to remember to do one side and then the other, so you're not always doing it the same way. But I'm getting the baby out of sitting to the side. This, we're gonna go to more of a kneeling position at the cushion, where a child can play and develop those kneeling and pre-crawling skills. And then tucking in the knees, aiming the bum towards the ground, and pushing on the hip that's a little more up. You just push straight down, and the child can get into sitting. Those are some ideas for getting into and out of sitting.